Mega Dumb Comic Book Haul. We here for it. Welcome back to the CHEETAH Project. It's CHEETAH Boy. We are back on an episode, not just any episode, but a mega dumb, stupid comic book haul. I've been messing up the whole check at the comic book shop, so hang with me in this one because it's going to be kind of a long ride. I'll try to make this as quick as possible, but literally it's almost like a whole box of stuff that we need to go through, from stuff that I've been collecting from the last 3 weeks, and eBay and all kind of stuff, nicky nackies. So here we go. Let's get right into it. Pick this up at a local bookstore. Batman Detective Comics 948. Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters Variant Edition number 2. X-Men number 1 standard, I believe. This came from last week's comic book Wednesday or comic book haul that I didn't get up on the video because things is happening kind of fast. And that's the thing about this box, is a lot of it's gonna be mixed up. So some stuff's gonna be last week, some stuff's gonna be random just from eBay or random shops around town or what have you, and then most of it's gonna be from this week. So yeah, that's X-Men number 1. Uncanny X-Men 428, The Origin of Nightcrawler. X-Men Legends number 4, I believe it's the cover A standard. X-Men number 5, Direct Edition. X-Men number 8, Direct Edition. God and Country number 1, the cover B. Alright, I got a lot of books, so I'm trying to get through this, so this is not a really long video. And I like to talk about the books as we're going through them, but a lot of the books we're not going to do that. We're just going to roll through them. But this particular book, if this book is what I think it is, yo, I bought this book for $1.50, straight up. So I was happy about that. And if this book is what I think it is, if it's not some kind of corny Kroger brand offshoot or some kind of weird reprint, then that's a good hit. So I'm excited about that. We'll have to get it to CGC and see what it really is, because I'm still kind of anxious that it's not what I think it is. But from all my research, for $1.50, this was a really good book to hit. So yeah, fuck with me. Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 2. Canto 3 Lionhearted. Man, I wish somebody would have told me about this series a long time ago. Batman Detective Comics 1039 cover A. Batman Urban Legends number 5 cover A, I believe, and that was the best one in my opinion. And that had some fantastic stories in it, and I think it's kind of a key, if I'm not mistaken. So I was really impressed with Batman Urban Legends number 5. Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters, the 1 in 25. I'm not exactly sure. Trading card. Dengar number 2. You know, check my work, but it's around. The latest X-Men number 1, the 1 in 50 variant edition, I believe. This cover is pressure, bro. When I saw this cover, I had to get it, and for the price it was at, I don't think it's that bad. I think this cover could have went for a little more than what it went for, in my opinion. You know, everybody looks at prices in books a little differently, and I'm a little liberal when it comes to all that. But I think it's a fantastic cover, and I'm happy it's around, and it's gonna look good slabbed, and we'll see what happens from there. X-Men number 7, the Direct Edition. This is also a slabby right here, so let me know. But yeah, that's definitely something I'm looking to get slabbed. I'm putting together a CGC box, so a lot of stuff has been mixed around because I had them before I recorded the video. The stuff I didn't buy today was mixed up in the CGC, send off the CGC box. So that's a part of the reason why all the stuff is mixed up, and I've been reading them throughout the day today. So there you have it. But this is definitely slabby right here. Web of Spider-Man second print number 1. I wish I could get that Bagley variant of the first print, but this is the second print. Detective Comics 1039, the variant. This, talk about slabby. This variant is so slabby, bro. And I definitely am going to see about getting that done, getting that work done. Like this, you can't beat that kind of cover right there. It's just a lot happening. It's a lot going forward. Joker number 5, the new Bane sketch variant cover. Nice cover. I was happy to knock that one down, and it's also, I think, pretty got some slab appeal too. Anybody who's been watching the videos knows how I feel about this current run of Daredevil and just Daredevil in general going forward. So I was really happy to pull this down at a pretty decent price, I believe. It wasn't the price it was at one point, so I'm good with that. I still want the 1 in 50 or the 1 in 100 with actual sane normal Daredevil on it, but we'll get there. But this is definitely something that it's going to get slabbed up, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it at that point. You know, I don't know if it's a whole thing, if it's a sell thing, is it a keep thing, but you know, but for now, I'm just going to enjoy it, and I'm glad to have it around. It's an awesome cover. I think Erod, the comic book guru Erod, put me on this book in one of his videos. I was able to knock down 2 copies of this issue, and for speculation's sake. So one of them I think is slabby, one of them is kind of not. It's a white cover, so I don't think it'd be worth sending it in unless I can get it clean. But yeah, I was glad to just walk in my LCS and see those for a pretty decent price too. So better than eBay prices. So I wasn't mad at that. And yeah, 2 of those. Let's keep pushing. This is my second copy of this book. Both of them are slabby straight up. And then on top of that, though, on the negative side, they have kind of taken a little dive since their release. So a little bit of bag holdedness happening right now at the moment with this book, but I don't know how long that's going to last. And you know, it's a waiting game, so we'll see what happens. But I got 2 of them, and we'll just see what happens. But both of them hopefully will get slabbed before anything crazy happens with this book. The Nice House on the Lake second print, it's 1 in 25. I did get this one off of eBay for around like $40 or so. It's just something I feel like I had to have. That Nice House on the Lake stuff, who knows what's going to happen with it. So, I don't think it's too late to get in, you know, to play around with it. But when it takes off, it's going to take off, and then you won't be able to catch it. So, and if it don't take off, then it's just something nice to be a part of in a 10-issue series. But for the most part, though, I think this has a lot of potential to go somewhere, and here we are. So the second print, I have the first print, and I'll be looking forward to the third print as well. So that's how we getting down over here. Fight Girls cover A, number 1 out of 5. It was a really entertaining read, super entertaining read. Was glad to bring that one home. Sinister War number 1, Spider-Man. Man, more just Spider-Man the same. That's how I feel about it. People been going gaga over this book. I'm not really feeling that, but we'll just see what happens. But I mean, I have it, and I didn't fork over any money for any of the variants either, though. Action Comics 2021 annual. I have to reread this story. Not sure how much key factor there is really here either. Somebody let me know. But I think Brandon Kent is pretty cool, and I think I like the setup, but I'll just have to reread the book and get more into it because I kind of just glazed over it. Carnage, Black, White, and Blood. Carnage just being a freaking weirdo, but this cover is epic. I didn't get the standard, and I couldn't get my hand on the 1 in 25 that came out with this. That Key Collector said was the one to get. So, but I think this one was just as good, if not better. So, I was happy to able to touch that one. Extreme Carnage Alpha. Eve number 3. War the Bounty Hunter Standard cover A. Spider-Man Spider Shadow number 4. The story has fixed itself to me, so I'll be looking forward to see what's happening with number 5. Star Wars War the Bounty Hunters Director's Cuts. I don't know what ratio this one is. It might be the 1 of 25. I'm not exactly sure, but it was just sitting around. I was like, man, nobody wanted it. I'm gonna take it. So we'll see what happens. Picked up another one of these. Skull Digger number 1. I think it's a 1 in 10 or 1 in 5. I'm not exactly sure, but Skull Digger number 1 nonetheless. Darkwing Duck, the annual number 1 from Boom. We out here. Back to back on them. Darkwing Duck, The Dark Knight Returns. Number 1, the second print with the Frank Miller homage. Holla at me. Avengers #1, the Terminatrix objective with that holographic cover. Somebody put me on this spec. One of the sorry, I can't remember what YouTuber it was. It might have been Flipside. But then again, I don't know. So hopefully that good karma goes out there somewhere. I forgot exactly who it was. I'm sorry about that. But I was able to find this at the LCS, saw it, grabbed it, bang bang. Let's go move on. Daredevil 11. Daredevil 10. Now looking at the box, I think it starting to get stuff from this particular week almost exclusively. So I think we're done with all the mixy matchy, but we'll see. But let's do it. Dark Blood #1. There's a oh, this is the Virgin one. It's not the sketch, but this is the I think this is the 1 in 50 Virgin. So how about that? And it's a fantastic cover. Slabby. And we're gonna do that real soon. Shout out to Comics Elite. They put me on this book. I was not checking for Superman Red and Blue. I skip Superman Red and Blue every week or every chance I get. But I've heard from them. I heard fantastic ravings about this book. So I'm giving it a shot. The cover is special. I picked up the variant as well. The variant is not as special, but I just picked it up just so I can have essentially 2 of them. But I am in love with the cover, and if the story lives up to what I heard about it, then it should be a book that everybody should be looking out for. Mom #1, Superman in the Authority #1, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow #1, the variant cover is beastly. Moon Knight #1, cover A. Catwoman 33 variant cover. These covers have been flawless. Cannot miss. You cannot miss with these covers. The only one that might have missed was that purple. Was the one in her in the old suit with the purple, and it was just her by herself a couple weeks ago. Now that's nitpicky. All these covers have been smackers. So I'm really excited to have them come together and see what we can build as far as a CGC palette or something like that. So it's gonna be dope. War of the Bounty Hunters, Jabba the Hutt #1. That is the variant, by the way. Legends of the Dark Knight #3, the variant. The variant is pressure. I like the variant so much more than I like the standard, the cover A. And glad to be able to get both of them because what I understand they are some sort of a key. You know, it's hard to tell if it's a major key or a minor key straight out the gate, but you know, it is in the yard. You know, so we'll see. But this cover, regardless, pressure. I told y'all I was going to re-up on this. If you looked at the mystery box video, the latest one, I believe, we got an issue of the Wolverine 48 in it, but it had a water damage, so it was pretty much just meant to be live as a reader, and I guess that's not that bad. But for anything else's sake, for CGC or spec or flip's sake, as it is, as that book was, it wasn't going to go. So, and I really liked the story, I really liked the art, so I decided to bring it back in a more favorable condition, along with its bros, number 49 and number 50. Number 50 is very interesting as far as its cover, and I'm not sure why that book is so cheap. It is a first appearance key, and it is a Wolverine number 50. So and it has a special variant. I mean, a special not variant, but a special quirky cover as well. I mean, I would get out and show you, but you know, we trying to move this along. But let me speak on this real quick. The art on these 3 books, I'm not sure what happens before these 3 books. I'm not sure what happens after these 3 books. The art on these 3 books is some of the best Wolverine art that I have seen in my life ever. And I'm just now getting into all these books that, you know, were kind of there when I was growing up and stuff like that, but I really didn't have access to them and stuff like that. So I think these books are 1991 or 1992 or something like that. This hands down is some of the best art I've ever seen in Wolverine or in general. Wolverine number 48, 49, 50. Check it out for yourself. And the stories are pretty interesting too. So I'll let you decide what's going to happen with that. Let's move on. Low key, this might be the best cover of Moon Knight. And I know there were some covers out there for Moon Knight. Exclusive store covers, a whole bunch of covers, man, covers. But out of all the covers that I looked at, and I studied the Moon Knight covers for a little while, this was the best one. This was the best one. I don't know what it is about the Captain America shield that really makes a a panel or a cover or a canvas pop, but here we are, it's popping like a motherfucker. So I did cop another Moon Knight variant that's in this box that we won't get to probably relatively soon, but I think for my opinion, and for the price, this was the best cover. Justice League number 50, Nightwing 82, the variant cover. I'm not necessarily in love with this cover, but I grabbed it anyways because I already had the cover A, and it's like, F it, why not? I have the other variant, so might as well grab it. But I'm not in love with this cover. I think the expression on Dick Grayson's face is a little goofy and a little overstated. And it's just, I love the colors of it. I just don't like the actual personage of it. So, anyways, that new hotness, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow number 2. I can't wait to read this. We have a review up of the number 1, and looking around YouTube, I guess I wasn't that far off. There's some people that agree with me that number 1 is something special. So check out the review if you haven't of the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow number 1. Dang, it's been a while since I did this. And check out the review of the number 1. And yeah, probably gonna have to put up a review of the number 2 just because of how smitten I was by that book and this story arc in general. So stay tuned. Thor Annual number 1. I've heard things, and I'm not a big Thor guy, but I've heard things, and I figured it was something that I should get myself involved in, at the very least for speculation's sake, at the very least. So that's what it mainly is about. But we'll see. I'll read it and we'll see. I'll get back to y'all. Star Wars Adventures number 6. Yeah, also heard that there were some things happening with this book as far as in the guts. So we'll see what happens. And got an Anakin cover. Got a what's Homegirl's name? Natalie Portman. Yeah, got her on the cover. So we'll see what's happening. But I've heard some things, so I'm gonna check it out. A little late to the party on this one. We did have a review of Mr. Miracle number 1 up as well. Check that out. I'm really excited to read this one to see what happens, especially after the fanfare with the number 1, or the supposed fanfare of the number 1. But we'll see. But I'm definitely interested in seeing if the art continues the way that it did on the first one, and if the story not necessarily tightens up a little bit, but you know how the story evolves. So we'll see. X-Men Legends number 5. Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 28. Cover A. The mini deaths of Lila Star number 4. I didn't spring for any variants on that one, and I don't think I bought number 3 either. Legends of the Dark Knight standard. Dark Blood number 1 standard. Apex number 2. Octane on TikTok. You got Lifeline doing a thing. I mean, why not? Why not? I got the number 1. Why not? Shout out to the Apex players, most of y'all. Some of y'all assholes, but shout out to the cool Apex players. H number 1. We'll see. Nightwing 82 standard. Marvel Action Spider-Man number 4. Star Wars The High Republic number 6. Heard a lot of good things about this. Let's see what happens. Superman Red and Blue number 5 variant. Bermuda number 1. Darth Vader number 14. Moths number 2. Time Before Time number 3. Spider-Man Miles Morales number 28. The Captain America variant edition. Hey man, again, it's that shield, bro. I don't know what that shield does to people, but it brings out the best in them. And this is one of the best covers I've ever seen in my life. Definitely probably my favorite cover of this week. And we'll just see what the story does. I really don't care what the story does. That's slabby all day long. I got a standard copy, and man, I'm gonna probably keep that around forever. Darth Vader number 14 variant edition. Michonne Walking Dead reprint, a standard and a variant. Moon Knight number 1, I think this is the 1 in 25 variant. I'm not mistaken. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it almost as much as I dig the Captain America Shield one for different reasons. If I had to pick between the two, I'll still pick the Captain America Shield one, but this one's a close second. And when I was at the LCS, those are the ones I went with. So I had the coin and probably do some other things like that hidden gem one, but that one didn't touch my soul. So that's for somebody else. But yeah, those are the ones. Those are the ones I brought home. Jabba the Hutt #1. I think this is the 1 in 25. It's pretty dope. And last but not least, Captain Marvel #30, the Peach and Moco. I think this is Peach, or is it Rose? I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on that, but it's pressure either way. And I had to cop 2 of them, so just for to spice it up a little bit. 2 is always better than 1, you heard? But we'll see about that. Yeah, so that'll do it. That's the box. That was a lot of books. Told you we've been going duffel bag crazy at the LCS with the comic book. Told y'all we was gonna be back. All right. I'll be out of town next week. But I might mess around and do a sniper video and hit the LCS out of town and see what that's about. So check definitely next week for the haul and see what happens when it's a different location. So might spice things up a little bit as far as the take home. So that is the Royal Cheetah Project. You can't buy everything. We only want comic book away. You already know what it is. We started the wrestling podcast. I will have a link to that in the video. Just a pilot episode, but it's a start. So we'll see about that. And more comic books, more life, more love, more everything. Yep, we out of here. World Cheetah Boy. Wednesday, July 21st, 2021 comic book haul. We'll check y'all later.